Oh,
Stop it.
Can it mean?
Stop.
Daydream believer.
Stop.
Oh, Gentleman Queen, Homecoming Queen. You're a sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen?
Listen to that music.
I'm trying to make a point.
Okay, I'm going to make a point. Okay, you can turn it off.
And also,
we are up and running. Please call 866-969-1969. My Wife Hates Me radio show. Live drive time in L.A., New York.
No one's listening anymore.
7 to 9. Here's the thing.
Anyone who is listening is not listening anymore.
Let me explain something to you. How you could ruin such a beautiful song like that.
I don't get why you love those songs when in real life you love an empowered song, but in real life you're sort of like a bitter jerk.
No, but see, you ruin a song like that. That just proves to show how many things you can ruin in life.
How many things? This is a new, we're going to have a little contest. How many things? I'm ruining the segment.
You're right.
What's another thing I'm ruining? What are all the things? Rich, I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock, and you tell me all the things that I ruin.
My self-worth.
Go.
My confidence. My manhood. My responsibilities as a parent and a husband. Where else? You name some.
28 seconds left.
What else you ruin? My cars. Your car. They're a mess. How dirty was your car when we got into your car today? Who would live like that? Who would get into a car? You have a nice, beautiful BMW, and you treat it like
9.
You treat it like
8.
You treat it like it's some
7.
kind of 1986 station wagon or something.
5. 4.
Really?
3.
Really?
2. 1.
Okay.
Time is up. Wow, that was a fantastic segment. We call that How Many Things Can Bonnie Ruin? And Rich tried to list as many things as he could in 60 seconds. And how many things did you end up listing, Rich?
I didn't have time to think of them all.
You didn't have time to think.
Mm-mm.
But that's not your forte.
What, thinking?
Yeah, I mean, you don't take time to think. That's the thing. You just say.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like...
That's what you do. You didn't even know it.
That's what you do. 77 years as a comedian, ladies and gentlemen. His comebacks are tremendous. You!
Yeah. This is how dumb you are.
Okay.
You're so stupid. This is how dumb she is.
Let's hear it.
Well, first of all, this weekend I'll be at the New Hope Cinema
Stop.
in New Hope, Minneapolis. This weekend, Friday and Saturday, one
New
show a night.
Hope Cinema.
This Friday
I won't
to
be
Saturday,
there, so I won't be ruining that.
Okay, and then next Saturday I'll be at Mohegan Sun in Unkinsville, Connecticut, at the casino. Mohegan Sun next Saturday. Brad, okay, are you happy? I'm plugging your gig because Brad wanted to blow me. I don't want to get involved in that.
Blow you? What?
Blow me out? No, listen, I don't want to get involved in politics.
But you said Brad wanted to blow me. I'm not going to get into it right now.
Well, I didn't want to finish it because we had a little dispute. And also, I just want you to know that
Brad
I'm still not
had a dispute.
I'm still not booked at.
So you were going to say blowout.
Yeah.
It wasn't over blowing you.
No, a blowout. But we patched it up. We patched it up, and I'm still not working for the guy in Bloomington, Indiana. I think it's called The Addict, the guy that compared me to a Magic Act. I'm still not working for that guy.
He still hasn't. He says that you've been trashing him on the radio, and that hasn't turned him around at all.
No, I only brought it up once or twice. I didn't really trash him. I just said that he compared me to a Magic Act. Okay, and I just want,
Todd from New Jersey, you're on the air. Todd's from Plainfield.
Hey. Is he?
Well, yeah, I'm from Garwood, actually. My neighbor claims that she used to hang out with you back in the day when you lived in Plainfield.
What's her name?
Her name is Valerie.
Valerie what?
It's like Delavant or Delavanti, something like that.
You know who I think it could be? I think maybe she was from Scotch Plains, and indirectly hung out with the same people. I think she might have went out with a friend of mine, Rich or something. If that's
you
who,
guys, hang in there. This conversation's about to go epic.
I'm just saying, he's bringing up some girl, Valerie, but I think it's some girl from. She was. If it's her, this is the girl, she was smoking hot.
What does she look like now, Todd?
Does she have dark hair?
No, she has blonde hair. She's, now she's probably attractive back in the day, but she's a little rotund in the butt area now.
Oh. How about from the waist up?
Because she's okay. She's not like, she's older. She's, probably like in her mid-50s now. So,
So, yeah, I mean, is mid-50s ever hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in my 30s, so I don't, she's not my cup of tea, but.
Did you see on
You like a more tight pussy? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I would say so.
I don't know why a 57-year-old pussy is not seeming attractive to you. Do you feel maybe, Todd, your standards are too high?
Well, pussies. Go ahead. After.
I was just curious if she was lying or not, because she tends to fabricate things. And she's like, somehow your name came up in conversation. She's like, oh yeah, I used to hang out with Rich Voss.
She might have.
Go clubbing with him.
I'm interested to know how his name came up in conversation.
I was talking about she overheard me pull into the driveway with the radio show on, and, which I listened to you guys, and she goes, who's that? I said, oh, it was Rich Voss.
Why do you hang out with her?
She lives right next.
She's my neighbor.
So she's your neighbor.
And how loud are you listening to your radio that your neighbor can hear you pull into your driveway?
When you have the window down, so.
Why you got the window down in the middle of winter? Do you know who I think fabricates things, Todd? You.
It wasn't in the winter. It was.
Shut up.
Why'd you hang up on the guy? He was a nice guy. We're supposed to be nice people.
If you lie to me, I will hang up on you.
No, he wasn't lying. That's your problem. You ruined Todd's call. You ruined my song. Let's see what else you can ruin.
Oh, what can I ruin today?
Okay, so can I finish?
Yeah.
The guy compared me to a magic act. But
you've talked about this
I'm going to talk about it
times.
Until he calls in and apologizes because he said email him. He never got back to him, and he compared me. So don't.
He didn't compare you to a magic act.
He said it's more.
He said you make an audience disappear.
Whoa, 400 years in the business.
Come on.
Jesus.
Come on. That was pretty good. If anyone was here, they would have laughed. That's what we need, just hangers on. To be in the studio so they can laugh.
Doesn't Legion of Skanks, Big Jay's podcast, they have
they have groupies to spare.
They have 4 people that come in and watch and laugh. Yeah. They have a live audience. If you consider 4 people a live audience,
it's good enough. It's enough. You need that kind of energy.
Yeah, if you had 4, that's what we should do. Next week we should have guests come in. Other radio shows have guests come in, and they could sit there and amongst us. You know what it is. We don't feel this because we're just average people, but we are kind of
Stop! I hate when you start doing this. I hate when you're like, I think we're getting famous.
No, I think we are kind of celebrities, and I hate to do that because I'm a regular dude. If you meet me, I'll be wearing Tim's or a flannel. I'm a regular dude. I'm wearing my.
Until we move out of the townhouse, I refuse to say we're celebrities.
Listen,
it's embarrassing.
We're laying low.
Very low.
Well, what's wrong with a townhouse? You know how many celebrities live in townhouses in L.A. right now?
I'm going to say 0.
Well, I guarantee there's a lot of them.
Maybe the dude from Kate plus 8, whatever. Kate and John plus 8.
Really?
John and Kate plus 8.
They're not together anymore.
I know. He probably lives in a townhouse.
He's not a celebrity like us.
He's probably more famous than us.
I doubt it.
Are you kidding me?
You think he's more famous?
Yeah. They were on the cover of every tabloid magazine for a while.
People forgot about him. They remember her.
Yeah, but even still, we haven't even been big enough to forget about.
Are you kidding me? I'm
not going to argue.
I was in Inquirer magazine, or what's it called? Inquirer. I was on Inquirer. Okay, I saved it.
The Inquirer? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, the Inquirer. I was on that, in an article. Okay, that's pretty goddamn famous. All right. You want me to name some of the famous things I've done? Is that what you want to hear?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
All right, I won't. I bet you Jarrett would like to hear if he called in. Let's get him on the phone. Let's see why.
Lee.
He doesn't think I'm alternative enough for his club.
Are you in your car, Lee?
Yes, sorry.
No, I mean, it's your drive time in L.A. You're in California, right?
Yes, I am. And
Well-
I had to just call in and compliment Mr. Voss for one of the shows I saw in Charlotte where you actually did a great card trick and cut Bonnie in half.
Oh, that one.
Well, he cuts me down a lot. I don't know if in half.
But here's the problem. I wish you would have said a city that I worked in. You know what I thought he was saying? The first TV show I ever did, we taped in Charlotte. It was Comedy on the Road, and they taped in all different cities. And it was so easy to get to... hold on, we'll get back to you. Rick Messina used to book that show. And this is how easy it was. I called Rick. I go, I want to do that show. He goes, what city? And I picked Charlotte. So that's what I thought this guy was talking about from years ago, my first television appearance ever. And ever since then, I became famous.
Your stories, I'm telling you, I could just sit here and listen to them all day.
What's wrong with the first television appearance story?
It's good. No, I'm...
Great story, Rich, and I just want to say you're a great magician.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
See? You want me to tell you the best magician I ever saw?
Yeah, let's hear it. If it's anything like the other stories, we're all waiting with bated breath.
Well, when I did the Dry Heat Classic tournament in Arizona for John Finney, it's half magic acts. Nate Bargatze's father's a man.
Well, how do you say his last name, Rich? He's one of your best friends.
He's not a best friend. He's a friend that hasn't called me in a long time. What's his name?
Okay, he had a baby. You know what happens.
Yeah, I know. Nate Bargatze. Can you say his last name?
He's not my best friend.
Okay. What's his last name?
Bargatze.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, but you didn't say it like that. What did he say before?
Bargatze.
Bergetzi or something? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Bargatze?
All right. Whatever.
Say Ted's last name.
Alexandra.
Okay. See, you can't, like, these are people that he's known his whole
Oh,
life.
Alexandro.
Yeah.
Dra. You still know who I'm talking about, right?
It doesn't matter.
Very funny guy. We talked about him on the way in.
Who's the guy that does all those Taken movies?
Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson. Neeson. One's a rating, one's an actor.
Oh, God.
So,
Who's married to Brad Pitt?
Angelina Jolie.
Oh, you used to say Jolie. But that's good.
That's good, yeah, isn't it? And you know what the difference is? How many times do you think you've been in this studio? How many times have you been in this building? I would say 50. Let's go with 50, right?
So what?
You still don't know what block it's on.
I did
all right?
too. I
You
do
not.
too.
You don't know what blocks, what 2 blocks this is between. You're
Yes,
stupid.
I do.
No, you don't. Because I told you. You thought it was between 49th and 50th. And it's
No,
49th.
I didn't. I thought that I thought it was on this side of the street. That's all. Because sometimes I come from the other way.
You really don't know. You don't know. You've called me going, where's the building again? And that was 2 weeks ago after 48 times in the building. That's okay. Everybody makes, but I don't
I
jump
got
on
other
you for
things
it.
in my head,
So do I, besides.
like the name Ted Alexandro.
Okay. The best magic act, hands down, is this guy, Kevin James. Unbelievable.
Kevin James.
Not Kevin James.
But shouldn't he have like an initial or something to differentiate him from the
No, 'cause
famous
he's known,
Kevin James?
He's known throughout the magic world. He's unbelievable when you watch the stuff he does. Unbelievable. Let's move on.
Let's pick it up a little.
Okay.
Your energy is low.
No, it's not low. It's the beginning of the show. I'm starting to, wake up right now. Who's calling you?
Oh, Gavin.
What? He's probably canceling. Our guest is canceling.
Let's put it on-
Hold on. This
Hello?
is real professional.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I could hear him.
It's Gavin McInnes calling. I was under the impression it was the following Tuesday.
Oh, my God.
Jesus. Gavin, get down here.
Okay, I'm in Williamsburg. I'm not that far from Sirius. I'll be there.
Hold on, folks.
Right now.
Okay, awesome. We'll see you soon.
What kind of car is he in? Did he say he's in the
coming. He's in Williamsburg, he said. He thought it was next Tuesday.
car? Really?
He's a douche.
You invited him. I got
Because
to
I
find
did a podcast with him and he was really funny.
out. Okay.
But you know what the thing is? Like, I think people are being funny, and then later you find out, like, no, that's the real view on things. Like, maybe he wasn't as funny. I was laughing so hard.
Like a little schoolgirl.
Yes, like,
You probably had a crush on him.
well, I do enjoy people who are saying the most insane, ridiculous things.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You got a little, how about when they tweet insane, ridiculous things? Do you get mad at that?
Like who? Well, I mean, if they're sincerely saying those things, I don't like it. But I thought, I wondered now, later after I thought about it, I was like, maybe he really has those views, and I just was thinking he was being.
Okay, let's go over some calls.
Funny.
The person calling asked me if I can compliment Mohegan Sun. You could hang up because that's not going to happen. Why would I comp you? So you might as well just hang up. Who
guy
else?
Is that?
I don't know, some guy from New York. Can I comp? Why would I comp him? Mohegan Sun. Like, what am I? Like fucking some stranger?
How about we do this one? Why don't we actually take a call of things that we're supposed to be helping people with their issues?
Okay. This is moving slow. Let's pick it up.
Okay. Bob, New Hampshire.
Hey.
What's going on?
Hey, Rich and Bonnie, how are you?
We're pretty good.
Yeah, you're pretty. I'm just calling. My wife and I just had a baby, probably 15 months ago. Yeah, and she's been dealing with some prescription problems, and it's all beginning to be taking out on me. So I'm just a little concerned. I'm trying to stay by,
Wait, how long have you been married?
We've been married a couple of years.
But what are the prescriptions for pain or for postpartum?
Yeah, well, she's dealing with she was addicted to painkillers, and they have her on Suboxone, and then she's from somewhere, I don't really know where, she gets Xanax, and she drinks too much. She's a great woman. I'm making her sound terrible.
She sounds wonderful.
She's a great mom and everything, but it ends up all coming out on me. And I'm trying to keep the family together, so it's just a little.
How could she be a great mom though if she's like drinking too much and doing Valium? And...
It's all after the baby goes to bed, and when it's just her and I.
Yeah, but look,
she needs to let loose.
I'm not. You know what? I'm not judging somebody I don't know. I know drug addiction and alcoholism isn't from just 8 p.m. till 12 p.m. It's not 4 hours. You know what I mean? Like, there's after effects. There's, when you're not on, as high as you're going to get that low when you come down or as low as you're going to, you know what I mean? It's just, it's with you 24 hours a day. So either you have to help her somehow, help herself.
And that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm telling her, I'm like, I will use all my vacation time.
No, I wouldn't do that.
With you, so you get off everything, and I sell beer, but I will, not drink at all. Whatever.
But what does she do? What does she say when you say that?
She acts like I'm just blowing smoke, and it's just.
But does she want?
Quit drinking if you quit drinking, and then it's just.
How long has she been on? How long has she been addicted to painkillers?
Well, she was addicted to painkillers. Now they have her on Suboxone, which is which is kind of like a methadone for heroin addicts. You know what I mean? It's kind of trying to wean you off painkillers or whatever. It was years ago, but she still is on them. And now she has such a high anxiety. Like her home life was fucked up. Her dad came through with that, all this other shit. Yeah. But still, I mean, what are you to do?
So she's on the painkillers and this other thing that you said?
No. She's not on painkillers.
Okay, she's on this other thing.
The substitute, I guess you would call it.
Now,
comfortable.
I don't know anything about that. I'm not really big on pills. I know addiction's addiction and drugs are drugs. So what I would think is maybe go into like some kind of drug counseling with her, both of you, and then maybe it'll steer you into.
But she doesn't seem like she doesn't feel like she needs it, right?
She's a mother. She's got. I mean, look.
Right, and that's the thing. Like, it's kind of tearing apart our family, and I'm trying to take all the right steps. Like, I work in the beer industry. I don't care. That's fine. I'll quit drinking. I'll whatever you need, but she's kind of ignoring everything, and now it's every time I bring it up, it's a huge issue, and we're fighting.
Here's what you should do, and this will help.
Yeah, it's a huge issue, and you're fighting because she's like, I'm fine.
You should start going, and I'm serious, and it's going to help to Al-Anon meetings, and you'll get good advice from other people dealing with what you're dealing with. I was a drug addict. I wasn't.
You were the problem.
I was the problem. I wasn't, one of the victims. So I would go to an Al-Anon meeting or many, and and see. There's people that will help you with this. And, because it only escalates. You have a child. Right. God forbid something bad happens, which, hopefully it won't. I'm sure it won't, because I'm sure you're going to take care of it. Go to an Al-Anon meeting. And then try to get both of you to go to, to a counselor, preferably a drug counselor.
Because it'll probably, if she doesn't quit, it'll just get worse.
Yeah, it does.
And then at some point, you're going to have to take your kid and leave.
I can already see the spiral with the booze and the.
All right, go.
Yeah, you don't want to wait until a bottom is.
Truly, tomorrow, look up Al-Anon. There's meetings all over the place. Go, talk to somebody, listen, and you will get your answers. You will get some answers.
I appreciate it. You guys kill it every Tuesday. I love listening to the show.
All right, thanks. Good luck with the kid. Good luck.
You're funnier than Rich, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, but who has better fucking advice, stupid? Okay? No wonder she drinks. You're an ass.
God, Rich.
What?
This guy's just going to give us a compliment.
That was mean. I mean, who says that stuff when I...
You know why? First, let me just... Dave. Pittsburgh Dave.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Hey, I checked out the movie this weekend and loved it.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's available on Hulu.
Nice to see you guys behind the scenes. You don't get to see that too often, but Rich, I know you found your calling already, brother. But I'm telling you, there's a future there. There's something there.
For what?
For the whole behind the scenes documentary kind of thing. It's set up really nice. I liked it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Maybe it could be a more of a producer type, he's saying.
Yeah, for
he's saying, do the world a favor, stay off the screen.
Really?
No. Babe, Bonnie, that ass is still juicy as fuck, dude.
That fucking, listen to me, I see that, it's hard. You don't know what the camera can do.
Why would you be mean about my ass?
Because you've been mean to me from the beginning of the show.
I know, but you like it.
I like what?
When someone's mean to you. That's the only way I can keep you. And I think people should know that now. Whenever I'm nice to you, you pull away. It's true, right?
Whenever you touch me, I pull away.
Yeah. So, I mean, and lots of times, like in the morning, I'll get up and I'll give you a hug and I'll start like playing with your hair or whatever. You'll be at your computer and you're just like, ugh, get away.
No. Not all the time.
99.9% of the time.
Usually,
or you grit your teeth and take it.
Or usually, before you go to bed, you give me a lecture. When you get up, you give me a lecture. Okay?
You need your lectures.
I get daily and I get good night and wake up lectures every day.
Well, why don't you? I don't understand why it won't sink in.
Whatever.
Trying to do what's right.
Go to this guy saying I'm delusional about being famous. Go to Mike in Long Island.
Where?
Mike in Long Island.
Can you just tell me the number?
Right there, 5. Mike.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on? Bonnie's delusional, you said, or I am?
Honestly, this is coming from a fan. Let me preface it with that.
Uh-oh.
I know.
I'm a big fan of both of you guys, but sometimes I don't know if it's you doing part of a bit or...
Me either. Thank you. I would look. This is one of the things that I get so upset about is that I don't know. Like he'll say something ridiculous and then I'll say you're being ridiculous and be like I'm joking. But then other times he'll never say I'm joking. First of all, so I don't know what
when
is
I was
real.
When I was at Levity, I hit 5 bonuses. Okay, so that's celebrity type shit right there. 5 bonuses. Okay, in one weekend.
Listen,
all right,
Mike, you take this one.
Mike.
Yeah,
what?
That's what I'm saying. Shit like that. Like it sounds like you're joking, but I don't fucking know. Like, do you really think you're a celebrity?
Yes, I know. Here's what's the definition of a celebrity? Is Norton a celebrity? Is Norton a celebrity?
He's fringe.
He's fringe?
He has a big cult following.
Yes, he does. I don't really. How many people do you think watch? How many people do you think watch?
Following like me, I'm a big fan. I'm not talking shit.
No, listen to me. Listen, of course he has more followers. He's on the radio every day, and he's done a lot, and he deserves it. He's great. I'm not taking away. But if you look at television appearances, and I compare myself to him, we've done hundreds of them, both of us. Bonnie.
No, I'm
so,
not in this. No, don't drag me in.
Okay, you're
don't
not.
drag me in. I live in a townhouse, and I'm a mother and a.
But you're a celebrity. I hate
and a
to break
wife,
you
and
this.
I'm not a celebrity.
Wait, listen.
I never get recognized. Never.
Do I? Okay.
Ever.
Do I?
I walk into comedy clubs and I don't get recognized.
Do I get recognized when we go out?
I've been at the stand 8,700 times, and every time I walk in there, they go, "Can we help you?"
I'm surprised you found that. How many times do you see me getting recognized?
You do get recognized a lot.
Okay,
but
so
that's by
what?
Older black gentlemen who saw you on Def Jam.
It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is to Mike in Long Island, don't fight it, man. You know,
but I think what he's saying is that
I'm not Tom Cruise.
You're known, but you're not a celebrity. A celebrity is something else. Celebrity is somebody who the paparazzi kind of come after. If they go into a restaurant, people get all.
Did Vince Vaughn recognize me in a restaurant?
Vince Vaughn in this situation would be the celebrity.
But did he recognize me?
He did.
So a celebrity
he said
recognizes.
Funny guy. He didn't say your name or anything.
He said funny guy. Now here's the thing, and let me explain this to Mike. Okay, maybe in New York or L.A., of course, it's full. But when I'm on the road in Ohio or somewhere in the Midwest or the South, I'm a fucking celebrity. Do you understand that?
Well, all right, let me give a really quick example, really quick.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe you were partly joking, but before you mentioned that, you were mentioned in an Inquirer article, right?
Oh, I was big. That's when I was really big. I was, yeah.
I don't know if he's joking.
No, I was bigger than. I mean, right after Last Comic, the first year, I was big then because I had Last Comic, Tough Crowd, and Opie and Anthony all at once. 3 things. You know the whole 3-thing thing? Go ahead.
Okay, but whereas an actual celebrity would be mortified and want to be as far away from that as possible and think it's garbage.
Thank you.
I didn't say
this guy's making a very good point. I didn't
say I was a celebrity with self-esteem. Okay, I didn't say that, and that's where you're wrong because a lot of celebrities love just being on anything to get their faces out there. Okay,
I know, but they would at least pretend publicly that.
What?
They're mortified.
Why are you taking everybody's side but my side?
I don't know.
You don't even know this fucking Jamoke in Long Island.
But I like him.
He seems like Mike, have you ever seen me live? Have you ever been to one of my shows?
I've seen Bonnie live. I was the one telling you how she was hooking up with the black guy.
Oh, yeah.
You.
And you didn't hang up on him, did you?
Yes.
Because you didn't want that story to come out. Call back. Mike, call back.
I was just because my thing is I was going to hang up on everyone tonight, but now it's become now you're you noticed I hung up on everyone else, right?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You hung up on him because you said you were with that black guy at McGuire's.
It seemed like an appropriate time. What'd
you do with our daughter that weekend when you were fucking giving hand jobs in the car?
She was watching. I'm teaching her.
All right.
I want her to become a successful lady like myself.
Who do you think is the funniest between you two?
No, don't do
That's
that
ridiculous.
one. It's obvious.
That's obvious. Me.
Okay, this guy needs advice. Is this, you're always we do a good radio show. Is this good?
No, right now it's not. It's going to get good. It's going to get good.
Why? When?
Because then when we get our groove, it's like being on stage.
Can I just tell you something about the celebrity thing, though? What? Mike, I forgot to tell him this. A celebrity is a weird thing right now, though, because it used to be, sorry, hang in there, Jay, we're coming. It used to be everyone watched the same shows. Everyone watched The Tonight Show. Everyone watched whatever. But now it's if you don't watch The Walking Dead and one of those cast members walked in here, you wouldn't think you'd just be like, oh, okay, I don't know who that guy is. But if you watch that show, you're like, oh my God.
That's how it is with me. Some people go, oh my God. Same with you.
No, nobody says that about me. I swear to God.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not trying to be.
You are the director of Women Aren't Funny. It's killing on Netflix. I actually didn't direct
that movie. I directed Women Aren't Funny. That's what I said. You said woman.
I said when it's killing on Netflix, on Hulu, okay, iTunes. You are a fucking.
But that doesn't mean anything.
You could sit at the Algonquin table.
Stop, Jay, California. What's the problem?
Wind.
Hey, good evening. Thanks for taking my call.
Wind is the problem.
Yeah.
What's
Are you
that
on
noise?
your bike?
No, I'm talking to you on Bluetooth, though.
Are you surfing?
No, sir, I'm not.
Are you,
no, sir. Maybe you are famous.
Are you power sailing?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. What do you need to know?
Okay, so I've been dating this girl for about 3+ years. She's really nice, sweet girl.
Anal?
Yeah, on occasions, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out, really?
like on a regular basis, but I mean, I just kind of like a little issue, and it stemmed back to this weekend. We were like hanging out, sitting on the couch watching a Chappelle show, and it was an old episode I hadn't seen in a long time. The International Players Ball.
I was in that.
Hilarious.
The one I was in?
Then in the middle of the episode, there was like the pimps were standing around, commenting on photos. And
he's going to try to trash me.
There, and I said, "Oh shit, it's Rich Voss," and she said, "Who is that?" Now I don't know what to do.
Oh, she didn't know who you were. So now he's like, should I dump this girl?
Well, no, because how old?
Recognizes Bill Burr.
How old is she?
She recognized Bill Burr,
How old
but not
is she?
Rich Voss.
How old is she?
She's 23.
Yeah, of course. I haven't crossed into that market yet. I'm more of an older type market. I'm more of 33 and up, but that's fine.
To the curb, what you're saying?
No. Put on our movie, Women Aren't Funny. And
educator
and make
that's one thing guys love to do. They like to find a girl that they can teach.
That's
everything they It's like girls always end up like, I hate that, like when a girl like knows nothing about hockey, then she dates some guy who loves hockey, and all of a sudden she's like wearing the hockey jersey and like talking about hockey all the time. It's like, shut the fuck up. You don't have to do everything just because your fucking boyfriend loves hockey. It grosses me out. First of all, I don't think girls should be into sports like that. It's no girl is really into sports. It's all just designed to try to get guys to like them.
When I meet,
I'm a real girl.
Sometimes
I'm cool, dudes.
Sometimes on the road, like you'll meet like guys or girls will go, come play golf, or a girl will say, yeah, you could play at my course, or you want to play tomorrow. And here's the thing, I'll play golf with a professional female from the LP.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to play with some other lady that just is, unless she's super hot. You know what I mean? Why would I want to be out there all day? You know what I mean? And if this guy's girlfriend didn't recognize Bill Burr, then she's crazy, because
she did recognize Bill Burr.
I'm saying if she didn't, I'm going to say, because I mean, me being famous, he's really famous. And so is Norton. I was just making a comparison, not saying Norton wasn't. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying. Is this guy still on the air?
No.
Okay, so take some calls.
I don't feel like it.
Why not? I like this.
I was
We're getting
actually
good calls.
having a good conversation about
what?
Fame.
What's your name?
David from Grand Rapids.
Oh, Michigan.
Yeah, hi guys. It's a pleasure. I finally watched your Women Aren't Funny documentary.
Thank you. Before you go on, can I say this? Yeah. I love your voice. I wish that I could listen to this voice like right before sleep. It seems soothing and calming to me.
Oh, wow. Well, the earlier caller stole my thunder. One of the comments I wanted to make is how I loved seeing your butt and the documentary, which I thought was great. And
Are your parents listening to this?
I hope not. Geez.
Okay, I figure why you said.
The other comment I wanted to make was that I was...
Wait, hold on. Do you love her butt in a fashion sense, or just...
Because it looks like a dude's.
Go ahead. Sorry to cut you off.
But I was also happy to see that I ordered it on Netflix, as I said, and in the Netflix description, there was no mention of Rich Voss's name, which I thought was wonderful.
Yes.
But I had a question. One was... is there going to be a DVD with extras, with outtakes and things like that?
I don't know. I mean, I was thinking of maybe making a DVD, but not with extras, because then we have to go back into editing, and then you're talking, a lot more money, and I'm just tired of sinking money into this project, because we're already getting the rewards from the project. The rewards are people are watching it and they like it. And I would love to do extras, and maybe I will. I mean, I have an interview with Patrice for an hour.
12:21.
You know what I mean? I could watch that by myself all day.
Okay, cool.
So, I don't know. We'll see. There might be extras, but we have to move on to other projects. This project has been with us forever. We appreciate people watching it and talking about it, but it's kind of time for us to move on. You know what I'm saying?
No, I understand. The last question I had is maybe Bonnie's talking to somebody else in the background.
I'm sorry, because our guest is having a hard time finding us. So
he's been to the studio a million times.
He's apparently like me, a creative, wacko individual.
maybe what I was hoping to see from a DVD with some extras and outtakes is that it was a great documentary and very funny, but I was surprised by some of the sadness, especially
it's a sad topic sometimes.
Barney Mac point was kind of sad, and then I did notice that Rich does seem to come off as kind of a dick to Bonnie, throughout a lot of the documentary, and
Did you think that?
I was hoping that maybe that was just fake, or...
Are you the guy that emailed me about being nicer to Bonnie?
No, I've never emailed you, but...
Oh, okay, some guy emailed me said I should be a lot nicer to Bonnie.
Well, I will say this, David. I think that you're a kind individual, but I get a kick out of Rich. I mean, I do think he's funny. I mean, when I watch the movie, I don't look at it as like he's oppressing me or anything. In fact, when I watch the movie, he's so much funnier to me than in real life. But I enjoy that kind of character. So as much as I bitch about it, I don't know. I don't want people to think like I'm some put upon woman.
No, she's not. And
he's funny to me. It's funny to me.
Tell him that.
I don't think anybody thinks that.
Okay.
By watching the documentary, it was astounding to me that you have that type of character that you can just brush off nonsense like that when people call you idiot or.
Well, it's kind of like being married to someone who's mentally handicapped. It's like, aw,
really
cute. Like when you're stupid, it's like, oh, like you can't get mad at someone.
Especially when you have no self-esteem. Why would you? You know what I mean? Like,
what, you think I have no self-esteem?
No, you have low self-esteem. As a human, but as a creator, can I have a sip? As a creative person, you have very high self-esteem. You didn't clean off the top of the can?
No, I didn't.
Fucking rats piss all. Don't you read those stories?
I read also a story that said rat piss is good for you.
Are you crazy? You didn't clean off the top of the can.
I'm going to live 2 years longer now because I didn't.
Yeah, I'm going to have a Diet Orange. Is that Diet Orange?
Yeah.
I'm going to have one of those too.
Fanta Zero.
But I'm going to clean off the top of the fucking can. Thank you.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Christ.
I think as a creator, I think you have high self-esteem when it comes to creativity.
Blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. Done with you. You have self-esteem issues. Jeff from Jersey.
What part?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Come on. You know what, Jeff? Let's start again, okay? I don't want to hear, hi, guys. I want a little energy. Okay. I want to pick up this fucking radio show.
Why do you think you took this caller? Because he says your ass is fantastic?
I didn't even read that. I just saw relationships.
Oh, man, way to ruin it. Anyway, I wanted to say, yeah, Rich, if you want to become a real celebrity, you should make a porno with Bonnie. Maybe it'll sell some copies.
You know what? I've thought about that, and I said to Rich one day, remember when I said we should release a sex tape? But it would really just be like...
I'd buy it.
Pure darkness, and then you just hear us being like, oh, fucking... no, not like that! You're on me! Ow, 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 ow! Jesus Christ.
Put some of that in the video.
I'm not even ready. Does that feel wet to you? Does that feel wet to you?
And then you'd hear...
That would be our sex tape. Oh, my God.
We should do a sex tape.
Okay, this caller... Mike from Philly.
Hello?
Someone said they're bored.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I need advice.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've been sending money to someone in Europe, and she was supposed to come see me.
Uh-huh.
Never showed up.
Oh, shit.
I sent like 20,000.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. You don't have 20,000. You really do you think we're
make more than you?
You don't have 20,000. You're too young.
You're too young and you're too high.
And you're too fucked up. You never sent anybody 20,000. This is
name
typical.
all the drugs you're on right now.
Yes.
Nah.
Do it.
Fuck you! I'll buy a Bugatti.
What did he say?
I don't know.
What did this fucking moron say?
What did you say?
You.
Is that what you're calling? Fuck you. No wonder she didn't show up.
You have a bad attitude.
Yeah. You fucking dummy. 20,000. Send me 10,000.
Okay, listen. I'll come over to your house.
My dick.
No, see, that's the problem.
I'll suck your dick for 20,000.
20,000. You got 20 extra thousand. Here's what I'll do.
Mike, honestly, what is your real relationship status?
Mike?
Turn your radio down because it's like you can hear it in the background.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Okay.
Okay. You're very hostile.
Are you drunk right now?
No.
Are you high?
No.
How old are you?
86.
Oh.
How old are you?
Like 28.
Like 28?
This guy is on the ball. He's giving $20,000 away. Doesn't know how old he is.
He's never had $20,000 in his fucking life. He lives. His whole family is poor or on welfare.
Do you blow into a thing to make your wheelchair go?
Your wife.
Huh?
Your wife.
What's that?
What?
What's wrong? What's wrong? Did you fall? Are you okay?
Do you need us to call somebody?
To pick you up?
Oh, he hung up. But you know what? He might have really been handicapped. Now I feel bad.
No, he wasn't handicapped.
He's just a douchebag?
Just fucked up high. He's not handicapped. You could tell a handicapped caller.
David from Tennessee. We're going through all the calls right now, guys. If you want to get on the air, you call in right now. 866-969-1969.
You know what?
Serious 206-XM103.
Just from his voice, I'll tell you if he's handicapped.
Okay,
go ahead, David.
First of all those people saying you guys aren't celebrities are incorrect. You're movie stars. It was fantastic.
Thank you.
Aw, thank
Bonnie, you did look in the bushes there as a reporter. That was pretty. You looked fantastic there, Rich. You did great.
I might never wear pants again.
Dave,
this has really been the highlight of my something.
Dave, do you play any sports?
Yeah.
What do you play?
I bowl.
What else?
That's sport. Football.
Okay, she's not handicapped.
You said you could tell just by the sound of his voice.
Yes, but I like to ask questions, too.
People who are handicapped, I'd like you to call in. And people who are not handicapped also.
And we'll guess.
So that we'll guess if you're handicapped or not.
Handicapped or not.
From the sound of your voice. All right. Anything else you want to go over there, David from Tennessee?
Yes, I do have a question. It's important, too.
Okay.
Is there anything that a woman can use as a vaginal thing or whatever that would make it smell like a rubber's been there?
What the fuck?
Yeah,
here's the thing.
There's a bottom clone called rubberness.
Yeah, it's called the bicycle tire. Have it rub on it.
You don't laugh. You laugh, but you go down on your chick and you smell like rubber. It's disconcerting.
Yeah, no, she's fucked somebody with a rubber on. That's the only one.
Yes, hasn't she?
Yes, there's no other thing that would make it. What did she say? I'd love to hear her excuse.
I haven't. I didn't say anything because I wanted, just in case. Like, I can deal with the cheating. That ain't no big deal. That's not a big deal.
Why, is she your wife or girlfriend?
No, it's just a girlfriend. But I couldn't deal with if she's been someone.
Yes, no, I mean, that's kind of almost sociopathic that she would, be with somebody and then without having a shower.
Have you come home and clean her out with your fucking mouth.
If there was a feminine product or something that, kind of smells that way, but I guess.
Yeah, there's a thing called tire douche.
But I don't know. How do you smell a rubber? Like, I don't know. Is there?
Like she'd been cleaning herself with a rubber glove.
You know what a rubber smells? I mean,
I know what it smells like.
Maybe she's masturbating.
Because that's why you don't want to have. That's why you don't want to blow a guy who had a rubber on.
But maybe she's masturbating with like a rubber dildo or something.
Nah, I don't know. Well,
it doesn't have that same smell. It's
How
a
would you know?
prophylactic has a specific smell.
Oh God, I have to smell you every time you come home now.
No.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll go with that.
So I'm being cheated on. That's.
I'm sorry to hear that.
There is one thing serious I wanted to say
that's not serious.
The guy earlier talking about his chick doing Suboxone with Valium and Xanax.
Yeah.
I know from experience, a friend of mine, that's a big no-no. That's two drugs you never want to mix.
Oh shit!
And I just want those people to, if they're still listening, if he can get with his chick and let her know that's.
But the addiction is bigger than, people tell you all the time.
Yeah.
Even cigarettes, people are like, hey, it'll kill you. You're like, go fuck yourself. Like, people don't care.
This isn't like the old don't drive with heavy machinery and stuff. These are two drugs you definitely do not want to mix. It's those two drugs. They counteract badly. You go to sleep and never wake up.
Oh, fuck.
So anyway, I wanted to just get that out there.
Okay.
Right.
Thanks for ending on that note, David. We appreciate it.
Man, your movie was fantastic.
Thank
Hold on,
you.
go to Ben in Baton Rouge.
Where?
Number 3.
I was going to go to Canada.
Oh, we'll go there next.
Oh, Ben, what do you got?
I got the perfect project for Rich Voss. It came from something he said just a minute ago.
What's that?
You got an hour-long footage with Patrice, right?
I think how long did we interview Patrice for?
Oh, definitely over an hour. We probably have like 2 hours, maybe more.
No, not with 2 hours.
Because I remember he would not stop talking. We kept changing the tapes and
he's so fucking good.
The batteries and everything, and he just kept going and going. And then I remember when we were leaving, he was walking us to the door. Do you remember standing on the stoop where he was still giving his opinion about stuff, and we were walking to the car, and he was like, "You guys are gonna come back, right?"
Yeah.
And we were like, "Yeah, we're gonna come back." And then he called us. He's like, "When are you guys coming back?"
No, he didn't call us, did he?
No, like it was like a week later. He's like, "I thought you guys were coming back," and I was like, "We're not coming. I just had to get away from you. We're not coming back." He's like, "I got more to say. I got so much more to say."
He did have like 2 hours, right?
He did a long time, because then we did some upstairs, then we went downstairs and did more downstairs.
No, we did it all downstairs. We didn't do any upstairs. We did all downstairs by the fish tanks.
Right, remember, we started in his garage upstairs, and then it wasn't right up there. The lighting or something was wrong. It was too noisy.
What's your project, sir?
You and Opie could get together. Y'all could make a documentary on Patrice.
Yeah, but you know what?
Here's the issue that I have with using footage is that the people that gave us, we have Joan Rivers footage also that we didn't, a lot of it that's not in the movie. But the thing is that these people agreed to let us use their interview in a movie specifically called Women Aren't Funny, about female comics. And we don't have a way to go to them and say, "Hey, is it okay if we use this footage for something else?"
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's not right to do that. I don't know. That's how I think.
Mean, couldn't you go to the family and see if they would say, "Yeah, that's fine, do it"?
They probably would, but I don't know. I I feel kind of I mean, I would love, because I was listening to an Opie and Anthony rerun the other night with Patrice on it, and it was great. I just couldn't stop listening. You know, I didn't want to.
He kills every time he's on their show.
Yeah, I didn't want, but it's not how he kills. It's how his perspective, how he thinks, and how he comes.
Well, that's the saddest part to me. Is that for me? I mean, even though I was friends with him and stuff, but I just feel like we didn't see the pinnacle of him yet. You know, I still think there was like really more amazing things.
There was, but I even loved his earlier stuff.
Yeah.
Than some of his later stuff. But I don't know. It's something to debate. You know, maybe I would talk to his mom about it or something and look at it.
Or at least give them the footage and they can do what they want with it.
Yeah, maybe we could do that too.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Thanks, Ben. Okay. We're going to see if this guy's handicapped. Let's just take a listen. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, you want to know, and you can know it.
That guy is not handicapped.
Nope, sounds perfectly fine to me.
Okay, this guy, Cody from Canada.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing? What part of Canada?
Vancouver.
Where?
Vancouver on the West Coast.
Oh, nice. I love it. What did I do? Oh, I did a club in Vancouver. I loved it. Love Vancouver.
Yeah, the Comedy Mix, probably.
Yeah, it's in a hotel. Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the basement of a hotel.
Yeah, and that was cool. We took, me and another comic that was working some other place in Vancouver, we took two things we did. We took a boat over to some little island there.
Vancouver Island, Granville Island, Victoria.
I don't know. There was like
Granville Island.
A lot of street performers and stuff. And then we walked in one part of town, and there was a lot of meth addicts.
Yeah.
Gastown?
I don't know.
Yeah, not Gastown, but there's the corner of Hastings and Maine, and that's just like remember in The Wire when the police chief tried to like put all the crackheads in one area?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was a big controversial thing. I remember a lot of us watching that were like, hey, we have that.
Yeah, well, we walked in that area.
Where they're allowed to be, and cops sort of make sure they're not hurting anyone and just let them, do their crack. So it's a nice area.
It's a great tourist attraction.
Yeah, I'm going to be back in Vancouver.
If people come in town, you got to show them. And here's where our crackheads are.
All right, so what do you want to call about? What do you want to talk about? Me being a celebrity?
I was just going to say that I'm a pretty big comedy fan, and I've always known about Opie and Anthony, and I've listened to a bunch of random clips over the years, Patrice and Bill Burr and Louie and all that. But then last year, a buddy really got me into ONA, and I started getting really heavy into the clips. And I remember hearing a clip and being like, who the fuck is this guy arguing with Birbiglia? And he's like, oh, that's Rich Voss.
Mm-hmm.
Rich Voss? Who the hell's that?
Yeah, you're right. But now you know me, right?
And now I know you, and now I love you. You're one of the best ball busters in the business. And I love you now. But so I would say that you're probably not a celebrity in the traditional sense.
I think I am.
But it's weird because now it's like once you know somebody, then they are a celebrity in your eye because you're constantly seeing everything that they're doing.
Yeah.
But if you haven't heard of them, you maybe see them and you maybe don't, but it doesn't click. But then once you know them, like once I found out about Bill Burr, now I see everything he does every day. But until I had known who he was, he was no one.
Right, now it's more very specific. Like, look at these YouTube
That's
people.
how I was with, yeah.
You don't know who they are because we're not involved in that. But, a 14-year-old girl.
That's how I was with Kevin Spacey until I saw Swimming with Sharks. But now I watch everything Kevin Spacey's in. See what I'm saying?
So, yeah, very similar. You're very similar to Kevin Spacey.
You and Spacey, I was going to bring that up. You're kind of like Kaiser Soze a little bit.
Yeah. How great was he in that? How great was that?
He was great at playing a handicapped person.
Swimming with Sharks. Thanks, man. See you next time I'm in Vancouver.
This guy, Daniel, from, where are you from, Alabama?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a psychologist?
No, hell no. I've heard Rich several times through the years make comments about wanting to watch you have sex with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
It depends. I have to pick that person. Go ahead.
Can you let him finish?
Go ahead.
Now, also through the years, he's made several comments about being a fan of profiling and psychology and things like that. And he has an extremely high IQ. We all know that it's 141.
Thank you.
Have you ever looked into the psychology of why you want to watch Bonnie fuck someone in front?
You know what that
He's never looked into anything.
Because what it is, it's a control issue.
It is a control issue. I wondered if you had looked. I knew that you were a fan of it. Hey, by the way, Bonnie, you favorited one of my tweets the other night about loving women aren't funny, and it was fucking great.
Thank you.
People that are talking about watching great clips on O&A, I've seen fucking, and I'm a diehard listener, listen every day. The best clip on the entire fucking internet is the most vicious show ever. It's where Opie thought he broke his neck in the fucking ocean, and you and Bobby and fucking Anthony and y'all just shit on that motherfucker for 15 minutes, and it's the greatest 15 minutes in radio history.
We fucking
when was this, recent or not?
No, this was a while ago.
The most vicious show ever, yeah. And it started out because I'll tell you how good it was. Bobby had just admitted to sucking a dick for a steak, and they got on Opie so bad that everybody forgot that Bobby sucked a dick.
Bobby did suck a dick?
I don't know. It might have been a joke. Everybody.
He said he sucked a dick. I don't know that he did. I wasn't there. So
well, I mean, it was back in the
for
day.
A steak?
I mean, steaks. You know, a good fucking prime rib. That was really fun.
That's the best clip on the internet. If you want to, Rich, you should be honored. Out of all the clips of Opie and Anthony on the internet, you're the greatest one ever. So anyway, love y'all. Love what you do. Thank you very much.
All right.
Y'all have a wonderful evening.
Is that okay?
Thanks.
I think our guest is here. Some weird guy's peeking his head in. Is that him?
Yeah. But we're going to break right now.
Well, we could take 10 minutes to introduce him. We'll introduce him and then we'll go to break.
Get on the mic, Gavin.
Okay. Is this the guy?
This is the guy.
Is this the guy?
So sorry.
Well, doesn't he look like he just came from Williamsburg?
Huh? I don't. Yeah. You know what? Put your. How you doing? My name's Rich. I'm Rich.
Hi, Rich. I'm familiar with your work.
Who's not? We're talking about.
God, we're talking about celebrity.
About being. You know what?
Can you hear?
You know. Can you hear?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to let these callers know that we're celebrities. Whether we're not Tom Cruise
I don't think that we're celebrities.
We are celebrities. We're in movies, television. We're all over the place. I didn't say if you go to Idaho right now, you are a fucking celebrity. Okay, maybe not New York or L.A., but in certain places.
In a tiny world, you're a big fish in that tiny little weird alternative comedy, podcast pond.
That, podcast, radio.
But going to a Chili's in Oklahoma, no one would know who you are.
Oh, that's not true. Are you kidding me?
That's where he's most known. Chili's in Oklahoma.
Or definitely a Houlihan's. But here's the thing. I've heard your name a million times. Bonnie said how funny you were.
Super funny.
That's what I hear. I've read. She's read some stuff. You've been fired from everywhere, which we like. And I don't know. I just hear your name. I hear controversy, and I don't know anything about you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. McInnes.
I'm just plowing through some wheezing asthma from sprinting here after seeing my name tweeted.
Well, I thought it was obvious that it was.
I got confused with the Tuesday, so I'm all ready for next Tuesday. And then I see Gavin McInnes is going to be on, and I go, "That's funny. I know that dude. I masturbate him all the time, and wash his body in the shower." Holy shit! But yeah, a brief thing about myself. I'm an enfant terrible of the New York rude boy scene. I recently lost my job at an ad agency for transphobia. I had sold the ad agency to a bigger company called Havas, and they shut us down. I started Vice.
That was Rooster.
A long time ago. That was Rooster.
Oh.
I got kicked out of Vice for being politically incorrect. Basically,
how do you get kicked out of Vice for being politically incorrect?
Well, that's a good question.
Isn't that what that is?
Yeah.
I mean,
if you look it up in the dictionary, it says offensive. One of the definitions in Webster's of the word vice includes offensive.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just an old, washed-up loser.
You're not old. You're about, what, 35?
44.
Yeah, you're a kid. You're a kid. You got great teeth. You're a kid, a nice beard.
I got yellow fucking teeth. I have a tiny, weak British chin hid by a beard.
I mean, you do have razor blade lips, but that's okay. But you have nice. I mean, that's good if you want to fucking get blown by a box cutter. But
have you ever noticed when British press talks about American artists, it's always looks like Andrew WK walks down with his runway looks and his mile-high cheekbones. They're so into fucking aesthetics.
That's because they're so horrible over there licking
they're so ugly.
They're so fucking.
If you and I went there, women would be gasping, throwing their panties at us.
Have you ever been to Scotland?
I'm from Scotland.
I know you're from Scotland.
Yeah,
I think you're from. I was in nothing against Scotland.
You lived in Scotland, or that's where your heritage is?
No, we left there when I was 4.
Oh.
Everybody except your family is probably the ugliest people.
My dad looks like a turtle with AIDS.
He does. So your dad's Norton.
My dad beats off looking at pictures of Norton. That's how ugly he is.
That's incest. So now, see, like your political incorrectness. Like there's comics that try to be edgy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you get real fucking like Doug Stanhope, who's edgy. Mm-hmm. But you can feel it. You go, this fucking cat he's real.
I
know
don't
what
say
I mean?
This cat.
Or this dude, or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
dude.
saying? I like saying cat or dude.
I don't say cat.
Okay, you know what I mean? So at what point in your life did you realize everything upsets you?
I never changed. I was a punk rocker when I was a teenager. Hated the government.
What was the name of your punk rock band?
The Romantics.
I was the singer of Anal Chinook.
Oh, yeah.
Chinook is an Inuit word meaning warm wind.
I know that.
And I was also the singer of Leather Ass Butt Fuck.
What does anal mean?
Anal's like your vagina, but it's in your butt.
Oh.
It's a little plug hole.
Hers is boarded up.
Tell me about it, man. Married life.
Oh, boy.
You're married?
I'm married.
But you've got to be financially set in life.
I did well with Vice. So I'm kind of retired now, and I just keep, going for it because it's fun. And then I keep failing and crashing and burning.
But isn't it, see, like, we're so far from financial stability. That's why we have to plug away and do the road and do this. Like, once you're financially stable, you could pretty much say whatever the fuck you want or do whatever the fuck you want because what the fuck?
But that word is it's an ethereal term because no one, like, I'm sure if you asked Anthony Cumia, he'd say he's broke. Because he only has like
broke
4 cars.
He's broke inside. Okay,
he's shredded glass inside.
He's broken as a person and as a human. But
Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, they're like, Bill Gates goes only have one, the Da Vinci sketchbook.
Yeah.
Why don't I have 2? Mm-hmm. We're never satisfied with it. But just to get back on something you were saying before that, I wanted to say, with political correctness, and I apologize for wheezing. I sprinted here from the parking garage in the cold nude.
We appreciate it.
But
we'd rather have a wheezy you than no you at all.
And
I see this whole thing as a voyage. And John Stossel is a guy, he did...
I love John Stossel.
Spooky news broadcaster, Consumer Reports, like, toasters are going to kill you. And he kept doing the math.
I have a toaster. My mom has a toaster. But can they kill you?
Isn't this just a dangerous visage? So he realized eventually, no, toasters are not going to kill you. And he became a libertarian and a politically incorrect dude just by trial and error. And I feel like it's the same with Doug Stanhope. And I've noticed with liberals, a lot of my liberal friends live in New York, when I ask them a question about the thing they're arguing about, they don't know any of the background. Like they go, we're a nation of immigrants. Everyone's friends. We're trying. And you go, how many immigrants are here? And they go, I don't know, like 500 million? You go, no, that's way more. Actually, I'm doing a Neil deGrasse Tyson here by exaggerating their bullshit.
Yeah.
They say 50 million, which is a ridiculous number. It's more like 15. But my point is, the people who are not at the politically incorrect level that we are at just haven't done the math and run through the numbers yet. And I don't feel like I'm on some crazy David Duke crusade where I'm like a Catholic who wants, blacks to be brought back into slavery. I'm just a guy that's run the numbers, and these are my views. And if you have different views, let's go bananas. But in this day and age, you're not even allowed to say that.
No, here's okay for me. It depends the issue. I would consider myself moderate, leaning a little towards to the right, because I think liberals are more. I think they're bigger hypocrites than the right. At least the right, you kind of get where they're coming from. Yeah. Like a liberal will take a liberal down if it helps them. And I've seen it many times. Look with Imus. Look right now with Scott Rudin and Amy Pascal from Sony and all that stuff. I mean, they're very liberal people.
Sorry to interrupt, but just quickly, I was on Hannity with Don Imus's wife, and we were talking about someone who had said something rude about blacks, and she was like, "What he said was unforgivable." Oh, it was Don Sterling. She goes, what he said was unforgivable, and he has to pay the consequences, This is not acceptable, what he said. And I'm thinking, I didn't say it at the time, I'm thinking, your husband was pilloried for a stupid hair joke.
Yeah. But the people taking it back, all the money Imus has donated to cancer research and cancer, and not whether you're white or black, all the good things he has done in life.
Right.
With his ranch in Texas
to a fault.
So
he's too generous.
Yeah, and so you say one joke and you're going to ruin a guy, try to take a guy's career down. Same with the Sony people. They make a joke about the president. You know how much shit has been said about fucking Bush when he was president? Every other person compared Bush to Hitler. If you compared Obama to Idi Amin, you'd fucking lose your job.
You know what else you'll notice about these guys? They want to do a boycott. They want you to get fired. They want to shut you down. They want the CEO of Mozilla to be fired because he donated to an anti-gay marriage group. But what are you doing? And then you realize, they have a thing on Kickstarter that's about inequality for women's wages or some shit. They don't generate any dollars for the economy. They just want to shut it down. And I sound like I'm doing a show for my dad.
We should take a break.
Wait, hold on, because I want to get to another point too.
I have a restaurant in the East Village, and there's these groups that come, like
fucking
the local community.
Go ahead, yeah.
And they're all about, we want to shut. We don't. You're making too much noise. And we realized after sort of researching this group who keeps shutting down liquor licenses and shutting down businesses. And if you walk on the East Village today, it's just boarded up business after boarded up business. And the guy I run the restaurant with, he goes, you people are anti-business. You're not anti-loud business or anti-club. You're anti-business. And that is what you get from a lot of these liberals. They're anti-affluence. They don't want you being rich. They don't like Don Imus, not because he said nappy-headed hose, because he's a successful, rich entrepreneur. And that pisses them off.
But half these people have money that are trying to bring you down. I mean, half of them are hip.
The Twitter warriors, the social justice warriors are broke. They're a Kickstarter. But yeah, if you look at the top 50 richest people in America, they're all Democrats.
Yeah, and if you look at these, and like I said, look, to me, and I say it's on stage, black people have every right to march. for many years of injustice, whether someone's choked or shot, that gives them a reason to march. But the white kids that are marching with them are just pandering assholes that would never, if that was a gay rights group and they were marching for gay rights equality or marriage, you wouldn't see that many of those. You think?
How about when they lie down? How about when they do a die-in? You died? How are you dying?
Yes. Oh. Do you think they would stand behind gays as much as they do blacks? Do you think?
Of course. Well,
no.
I mean, the way things get changed is that it's not just the group that wants change. It's when more people decide, like, oh yeah, this is not fair or whatever.
But what's not fair?
Killing innocent black people with their hands up.
I'm saying if you're marching with black people in a show of solidarity, then that's. He thinks it's stupid for white people to do that.
No, I don't think it's. I think it's pandering. I think those white people.
This day and age.
I think those white people are pandering, and I don't think they would march for gay change. I think they would do.
Of course they
wouldn't, because it's more popular. It's more popular to march with black. I'm telling you. Do you see those when gay rights groups are marching? It's not as big as all those protests that were going on throughout the country.
Marching for gay changes, they're good, and actually. Yeah. When you look at the gay parade or any sort of gay rights festival, it is jam-packed with non-gays, Rich.
Really?
Yes.
I see.
Nude,
then I'm wrong.
Dancing around.
Yeah, you're like an old-fashioned guy who still thinks like...
No, I'm not old-fashioned.
You can come out.
Listen, let me tell you something
It'll be all right.
Here's what you don't know about Nixon.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm not old-fashioned. I think white people pander. You could see it in audiences. I know. White people are pandering.
White people are fucking disgusting. I agree.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to say.
So is everyone.
What's that?
I said everyone.
The only people I really like are Jews and blacks, because I'm a Jew. And
well, then you're pandering.
I'm not pandering. That's who I like.
You're pandering to blacks now.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that's because they get it.
But do you hang out with blacks?
I grew up yes, my whole life.
When was the last time a black person was at a dinner party at your house?
We don't have dinner parties. I don't know what kind of life you're living.
Believe you me, I'm not one of these kids that's, I grew up, she was at my high school reunion, even though I quit school. She was, I performed there.
It was black as coal.
It was like a pimp's heaven.
Let me tell you. It was like they were giving out free cheese.
I saw a lady at his... I don't know if she had a walker, but I remember it this way. Like, he's 57, so it was, these people are old. And she was like, and he goes, Rich was like, whoa, she was the hottest
fucking
girl in our school.
Roxanne, that bitch was off the hook.
And I couldn't, sometimes you can see it in there, I couldn't even.
It was too far gone.
It was too.
It was way behind the jowls.
It was
fucking Roxanne was smoking.
But he made a beeline over there. He could still see it. He was like.
Fucking Roxanne, man. She was
hot. The T-Bird girl. What was that gang in Greece?
All right, let's take a break and we'll come right back.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
It's the Sideshow. Voss and Bonnie are back. This is My Wife Hates Me.
Boy, we are back. You can call 866-969-1969.
Faggot.
What music is this?
This is a rejoiner.
Oh, okay. This weekend, New Hope Cinema, New Hope, Minnesota. This weekend, one show Friday, one Saturday. I need to sell 400 tickets. And next Saturday, I'll be at Mohegan Sun, Unkinsville, Connecticut, at the casino.
How much are the 400 tickets? How much each?
I think $20, so it'll be $8,000.
How long as a comedian does it take you to get to that point?
What's that?
Where you can be $20, 400, like a theater.
I don't know. It depends where. Like I sell great on the East Coast in different places. I'll probably sell good this weekend because I've never been there. So I don't know. Like someone like Bill Burr is going to sell out everywhere doing theaters. It depends what level.
He didn't really pay his dues. He seemed to come out of nowhere.
Are you kidding me? No, Bill's been around a long time.
So to a young comic out there, a 20-year-old, what's he looking at? Those tours where you're in a Honda Civic and you're making $30 a night. How long do you have to do that before you start making like $40,000 a year?
Well, we haven't gotten there yet.
So 50 years.
No, but nowadays it's so
55
different,
years.
because these kids are going on the internet and they're getting fucking 20 million downloads, and all of a sudden they're, headlining with fucking 15 minutes of horribleness.
You walk by comedy clubs and you don't even recognize the names sometimes. And you're like, who are these people? And they're not on TV. But they're YouTube people.
Internet sensations.
They have a bit that went viral. Or something.
It's not about making money. It's about when are you going to be comfortable doing what you're doing. Anybody can make money.
Yeah, but if you're not paying the bills, why get in a Honda Civic and drive around for
because if
What
you're
did your
20, how many, at 20, how many
obsession with the
responsible?
Honda Civic?
How many
It's a shitty car.
Why don't you just buy one if you want one? Drive it around.
How many? What kind of
Stop off.
responsibilities does a 20-year-old have anyhow?
No, but with a band, you can go. You guys are going to tour for 6 years. You're not going to make any money. Then you're going to get a record deal, and then by 7 years, you're going to have a few hits, and you can start charging $25.
But how do you know? But that band could write a hit. That band could write a hit in 2 years, or 2 hits, or 3 hits, and boom, all of a sudden explode. Okay.
Yeah, those are exceptions, though. There's general patterns.
There's always exceptions.
Well, generally the pattern is you either stay in the city and work as a writer or something else, or have a day job and work your nights, and you get known that way. Then you start getting, Tonight Show here or Conan there or whatever, building up your resume. Then the other way is you go on the road and, no one ever hears from you again.
You comedians seem kind of guarded when I ask this question.
Well, because there's no answer.
There's no real way to do it. It's like you've got to fucking get on stage any way you can. You don't make money for a long time. Once you start headlining, it gets easier.
How long is that, though?
That is like at least 10 years.
No, whoa, not to headline road gigs. There's comics that do it after, I'm not
there's
saying
comics that don't. I mean,
there's different
I say
levels.
that average.
There's $600 headliners. There's $1,000 headliners. 3, 5, 20.
I remember that dude, Jonah Ray. I was there his first night he did stand-up. That was 2007.
Who?
Jonah Ray.
From Los Angeles.
Podcast kind of guy. Great guy. And then he got a Comedy Central special about 3 years ago. So that was about...
2007 seems like yesterday. How long ago was
that? Is that little curly-headed guy?
Glasses. He's kind of big and lunky.
He's been doing it longer than that, Jonah Ray.
Really?
Because I remember him. When did I leave Los Angeles?
I don't know. When are you going back?
Like 2005, 2004. He'd already been doing it.
Okay, so he made it in 10 years. I'd say he's made it.
Yeah. All right.
Then there's that John Mulaney dude. He came out of nowhere. He had his own show.
He's been doing it a long time, too.
I think that flopped, though. I think that's already done.
Yeah, but he was a writer. He's very funny.
And he's a
fucking
Kennedy.
funny dude.
Oh, that's it.
I don't know if he is, but it's like he is. He's hooked up somehow.
But he's funny.
He's fucking...
He's
He's
going
like...
to do it to make it if you're clean.
It's easier to make it, honestly, if your parents are fucking wealthy and behind you. That's, he went to a good school. I know people that go to good schools. They, I was like fucking... I had... Nobody wanted me to do it. Other comics, my family, the audience, nobody wanted me doing what I was doing.
The audience kept trying to hold you back by not laughing.
Audiences get out.
I fucking quit school.
Kept doing it. Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's like it's a harder road for anybody to do anything when you fucking start with nothing.
That's not true. I
grew up without running water in fucking Canada.
I had, I think, $7.
What's that?
David Cross had $7.
Well, David Cross, I'm telling you, had a harder time than John Mulaney, who I know nothing about, by the way. I just know how he looks, and he looks
He's a good-looking guy.
He looks like somebody whose parents paid his rent for the first 4 years.
He's a good-looking guy. He's funny.
He's never had to fucking do a shit gig in his life.
He has a small dick.
Huh?
I feel like he has a small dick.
Does he
and I'm
hold
not
his
just saying
mic
I physically feel it. I mean,
but you know what?
I feel like it's a small little bendy mouse shape.
Mm-hmm.
But how? You know what? Mm-hmm. Some of them are deceiving. Look,
he could have a huge schlong.
There's nothing like I know a major comic star, and he's fucking. He's 4 feet tall, but he's packing like a fucking yard. Can you imagine that being a fucking major celebrity? Multi-millionaire and a fucking unit that's this big.
Yeah.
And he's funny because usually people with gigantic dicks aren't funny because they have too much confidence.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You have too much confidence when you have such a big dick.
I've noticed that about black guys with green eyes. I don't like them because they got way too many blowjobs in high school. And when you talk to them, it's like talking to a sloth. They just go, hey, what?
It's like a pretty girl.
Yeah.
They've never had to develop their personality. Let's go to Ken here in California.
Okay.
Ken, what do you want to talk to Gavin a little bit?
Yeah, it's just it's a little off of what you guys are talking about, but you need some garlic, bro. You need the oil in the garlic, and your asthma goes away. You can get the garlic gel pills, and it's awesome information. Anybody with kids that has asthma, I've had two kids that had asthma, and we basically cured them with garlic.
Hey, listen,
Thanks. That's wonderful.
Wait, hold
What
on.
a great
And guess
Stuart,
what?
hold on. Wait, Ken on the line. You're a phony, Ken. First of all, this isn't a fucking medical show, and you don't have to call in with your fucking...
Why? I thought it was a nice thing
right here,
that he did.
No, it says he thinks Gavin is an asshole, and he wants him to go away.
Easy, shove the garlic up your ass.
Whoa!
Was that me? You want to shove it up my ass?
And that's not even an insult. That probably makes you feel great.
He hung up. And then he hung up.
I know. I
Like it was
run.
such a like.
Whoa! Hey, I'm going to get him on this one.
And then you take the garlic.
You put the garlic up your ass.
Shove it up
You're
your
breathing
ass.
like a king. You feel fantastic the next day. Best insult ever.
Well, let me tell you something. If garlic is like 2 fingers, let's get started. You can call 866-969-1969. This weekend, I'm at New Hope Cinema, New Hope, Minnesota. Next week, I'm Mohegan Sun.
If you want to ask Gavin a question about anything,
the guy is pretty...
you can ask him about anything. You can ask him about transgenders. Is that, are you allowed to just pluralize that? Transgenders.
Who knows with their stupid fucking rules?
Black people, how he feels about Jews, where he...
Well, if he doesn't like blacks, he doesn't like Jews. It goes hand in hand. When you don't like Jews...
Which is
you don't
ironic, because blacks don't like Jews.
And
Nobody likes Jews.
But here's the thing. Who started... do you know who started the NAACP? Jews. Okay, who financed it? Jews. Okay, you know why? Because they knew if they were extinguished, if blacks were extinguished, they were next.
Right.
Jews were big supporters of blacks during the civil rights.
I think the general populace is starting to resent that.
Oh my God, I can't be a part of this conversation.
He's starting to say, why? So you weren't really in it to win it? You just wanted to add a buffer? You wanted some settlements to be on the outskirts of your movement?
Well, they just, you need, you know, fucking, what do you call it? Allies.
You need
allies
pawns in your chess game.
You need allies. Look, back in the day, you know, whatever. Blacks and Jews are basically the same.
Let's move to transphobia, which Gavin wrote
It's true
an
that
article
Jews started
about.
all these movements, but
I feel
this
like you guys are just
solidarity between
ignoring
blacks
me.
and Jews is like a
there is no more
60s thing.
Yeah, that was back in the day. I said back in the day there was, not now. Everybody's for their own. You know, it's look out for your fucking own. I would think. You know, I'm looking out for my family first. I don't give a fuck about the family next door. Go fuck yourselves. You have no heat? Good.
That's the American
I do.
way. So, how did you feel about Transparent winning the Golden Globe? You like that?
I've never seen the show, but and by the way, I don't like being the transgender guy. It's like the dude who wrote that book, More Guns Equals Less Crime, Trent Lott kind of name. He goes, I didn't like making this my thing, but as a professor, I was, doing research about guns, and I realized that more guns equal less crime. I wrote the book, and now I'm that guy. He goes, I don't even shoot guns.
Right. Wait, he said
Bonnie,
guns equal less crime?
First of all, let me just hit you to some street shit real quick. Every time he coughs, move your head a little bit away so you don't catch what's flying out of his fucking mouth.
It's not. I don't have a thing. I ran in the cold. When you run in the cold, you get that wheezy thing.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Anyway.
Somebody wants to know why we're so boring tonight.
Are we boring?
I think so.
Oh,
Wait, okay, let me finish the question then.
All
We'll
right,
try to
all
be
right,
less boring,
okay.
but Jeffrey Tambor was up on stage, and that guy makes me puke. He's like 70. He's got a little kid. And if you're 70 and you have a little kid, I mean, you're 57, you're going to make it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But if you're 70 and you have a little kid, isn't that unethical?
It is slightly,
You're going
I
to be dead
think.
any second now. So you're essentially strapping some little boy with a dead daddy from birth. Anyway, he's got some fucking trophy
I do
wife.
see that thing in that, like, because when women are like, I'm 48 and I'm having a kid, it's like, you can, but should you? You know?
He's going
It's
to
like,
he's going to have Asperger's. He's going to sit on a picnic table at the playground staring into space. Way to go. You made a fucking robot. Good work. And, by the way, these old ladies, they take these fertility drugs, so they have like 12 miscarriages for their one weird autistic kid. So you murdered 12
Do you think
babies.
autism is
Autism is definitively linked to old ovaries.
No. Are you fucking kidding me? I didn't hear that before.
Ancient Chinese
I know. I know about mental retardation or Down syndrome.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look, after 30, you're in trouble. In fact, when my wife had my first kid, she was 34, I had to wheel her through a door that said geriatric mothers.
No,
At Beth Israel here in New York.
Holy shit, I had to wheel her through senior mothers.
But yeah, Jeffrey Tambor is up there, and he's winning his Golden Globe. And even as an old Jew, he's like a 2 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
And he puts on a wig and some nail polish, and we're all supposed to go, here, Daily Beast said, he makes one hell of a woman. No, he does. He looks like my dad, making my mom and her friends crack up.
But don't you have some sympathy for people that feel like that they, like, if you're a dude and you want to wear women's clothing or be treated like a woman, why shouldn't you just be allowed to do that? Like,
you're allowed to do that.
Right.
I'm allowed to laugh my fucking head off, though.
Oh.
In fact, look at Mrs. Doubtfire. We all got together as a nation in 1990, laughed our heads off. And then Jeffrey Tambor does it a few years later, and we go, that is very compelling, and you're blowing my fucking mind. And then he holds his Golden Globe, and he goes, thank you to the transgender community, and thank you for your patience, which was code for thank you letting me do this role, not one of you fucking mentally ill gays.
Oh, he thinks that they're mentally ill gays. But I don't see why, like, I feel like everyone is on, like, some fucking weird thing inside. What? Like, I'm not very ladylike, you know, I mean,
I can attest to that.
What if society said, like, to me, like, you have to always wear heels and hose and a dress? I would be...
How old are you?
What? I don't like to do that.
Ballpark?
What, how old she is?
Yeah.
40. Ballpark.
If we swept the Western world and looked at all the moms out there with kids, you would look exactly like all of them.
I know, but I'm saying, what if it wasn't like that? What if... You know what I mean? It's just society got together and said, no, it's not. It's like society got together and said, this is what men will wear. This is what women will wear.
Someone is weird, and then you're saying, and I'm going, that guy's weird, and you're saying, yeah, but what if we lived on a planet where everyone was that weird? Well, that's a different context.
No.
I guess I'd be weird on that stupid, crazy, gay planet.
I'm trying to make you have empathy for it.
No, but here's the thing.
I can't laugh.
I mean, here's the thing. Weird to him could be transgender, but I'm sure to transgender people there's weird to them too, but no one's attacking what's weird to them.
Yeah, you know what's weird to them? They're nightmares. Every night. You know when I don't know if you've been sober for so long, but I don't know if you remember the horrors from 3:30 to 4:30 when you wake up and you just go you see your kids getting killed and you think about taxes and you have an hour in Hades. Do you remember those?
No, first of all, my drug choice, 3:30 to 4:30, I was just making my second or third trip into New York. Okay?
You were boomerang.
It was sun up when I was coming down going, what am I going to do in life? And how am I going to get high tonight? Okay. But I know the nightmare of what you're talking about.
I'm guessing for a lot of cross-dressers, that's most of the night.
Well, but there's a difference. Cross-dressers are just cross-dressers, you know. And transgender, I mean, it's a whole nother thing. It's an operation, right? Like, I know a dude that was a comic, and he was a dude, and then he had an operation, became a female at 50.
Which I have a theory about that. But just wait 1 second. Hold that thought. Jack from Georgia, what do you want to say to Gavin?
Hey, Gavin, I'm a big fan of yours, your appearances on Red Eye, and I love your movie. You guys need to talk that movie up a little bit about How to Be a Man or something like that. Oh, it's fantastic, bud.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy. After that first guy who had the garlic up his ass, Plan B, every caller now I'm a little wary of. So every comment I'm like, yeah, okay, thank you.
A lot of the movies I love, I usually know the whole name, but that's okay. You got the point across.
I got a hit movie out called How to Be a Man. It's a smash hit on Netflix.
Oh, really?
I highly recommend it.
Did you produce it or star in it or what?
Produced it, wrote it, starred in it. We did it with
so many hats.
20th Century Fox, their digital division. There's going to be a web TV series, and they said, let's just make this a movie. But I went through what you guys went through with finding editors and doing it ourselves.
Oh, great.
We actually did it from soup to nuts in 2 months.
Wow.
Wrote it, edited it. The guy would get the dailies at night, and then he'd stay up all night and edit because we had to make it for Sundance.
Now, did you have?
Did you get in Sundance?
No.
Oh, damn.
How about Slam?
Damn they.
Anything else? Toronto? Did you try Toronto?
Yeah, we did them all.
South by
Don't you have
Southwest?
something on?
We got into anything. You know why?
I saw something on
'Cause those
YouTube. Didn't you beat up a baby or
festivals-
something?
I beat up a baby. That's 12 million views on YouTube. How to fight a baby.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But the thing about those festivals is, you fucking need a Native American woman in a wheelchair who was mute and then found her soul through song. And you're fucking
I've got a script like that.
everything.
Then you're in.
My wife's an Indian, and she's not into writing, but I feel like just holding her wrists and making her type a screenplay.
Is she Native American or Indian
She's
from
a
India?
native feather, not duck.
Okay, so she's casino, not.
She's casino.
Okay.
We get checks from the casino every month.
Get the fuck out,
The
really?
Ho Chunk Casino sends my kids a
Which
check
one?
every month. The Ho Chunk Casino in Madison.
Wisconsin?
Yeah.
That's where I'm working there. Get
Oh,
the
really?
Fuck out. Yeah, at Comedy on State. in
Every time I
March.
go there, I see her overweight relatives spending all their checks on their casino and then, getting a fraction of the money they lost.
No, that's
It's pathetic.
nice. That's wonderful.
Yeah, well, those committees that accept movies and especially documentaries, you have to make, like, if you're doing a documentary and you want it in a festival, it's got to make a serious point, and you got to be helping.
It has to
a
involve
whale.
women. That's why you guys had an advantage with your movie, because there is reverse sexism, and if women are involved, you get to the front of the line.
Yeah, but ours was a comedy. That we weren't saying.
But
anything.
you got to the front line of comedies. Because even if your movie sucked, it would have made it to the front because it was.
It didn't get into any of the festivals.
Well, we got smaller festivals.
Yeah, but we didn't get the big ones. We didn't get we didn't get Toronto. We didn't get Sundance. We didn't get Slamdance.
But it wasn't really finished when we sent it to those places. So we got to.
Toronto was finished.
Was it finished? Mm-hmm. We made it through the first round at Toronto.
Oh, that's true.
That was them opening it up.
Is it tacky to backpedal?
Go ahead.
When we were talking about trannies and all the special terms and all that, I wanted to say, a generation ago, when you can make Polak jokes and look at you fucking Jew, you fucking won't buy a new coffee, blah, blah, blah. That was like up to 1980, right? Mm-hmm. And now it's all about the proper term and the correct discourse, and don't say this, and this is a trigger warning, and this is a microaggression. Don't you feel like people got along better when everyone was offensive?
Well, the thing is that you could tell who somebody was a lot faster by because they didn't have to hide so much.
But also, when you found this evil Archie Bunker dude, you realized this doesn't go that deep. Like, you don't want to stab me.
Right.
You're just like, you fucking Jews, and your hair, it's so curly.
So far, you used Jews twice as references.
That's the problem. I want to say the N-word, but I wouldn't dare.
But here's the thing. I don't mean to cut you off. You think we got along better, but look how oppressed fucking black people were in the 60s and the 50s.
Oh, they did way better than they did today.
Are you crazy?
There was way more family units. There was way more family cohesion, way less single moms, way less welfare, way more employment.
So what do you think happened?
Way less men in jail,
you
way
think
less crime.
Us not saying the N-word really fucked them up?
Yeah. Sort of. Pandering and welfare and single mom payments ruined the black community. Well, it was better when it was tough love for everyone.
Well, yeah, of course. Low housing keeps you down and keeps you out of our neighborhoods and puts you over there. And then, of course, if you push them into a situation like that, they're not going to fucking
but in Harlem, before Roosevelt's stupid New Deal, they had their own neighborhood. They invented Harlem. It was fucking awesome. And then Roosevelt goes, "Oh Lord, this is blight. There's housing estates look disgusting. I'm going to raise them," and then replace them with nothing. And then they're off into fucking Brooklyn and the Bronx. They lose their sense of community. Every time liberals get involved trying to help people, they end up worse off. And I feel the same way today with all this transgendered shit and African American and people of color and Chris Hayes saying the Golden Globes was a white washout. Just shut up and leave everyone alone, and they'll all be better off.
How do you? What's your stand on Israel and Palestine? Do you think there's a lot of anti-Israel going on in this world now?
I'll tell you what I think about that. The fucking Zionists it's funny, by the way, if I came up with something totally offensive, you could read that in a Tel Aviv paper, and it would be a column by a Jew calling about the Zionist scumbags with the settlements. Like, the newspapers in Tel Aviv are way more open and anti-Jew than any media in the world. because I guess they're a new country and they're willing to try stuff out. But as far as Israel goes, we give them, $3.5 billion? They make tons of their own money. They have tons of inventions. They've got an incredibly diverse population. They don't use children as human shields. Yes, let's give it a whirl. I mean, what do you want to do? Obliterate Israel? Okay, let's nuclear bomb it. And what is the Middle East now? A paradise? No, look at Pakistan. No. Look at, I can name you 10 countries, Muslim countries, that Muslims have attacked.
Oh, yeah, they attack each other, but I'm saying they're surrounded by enemies, but yet the world sees them as the evil one. I don't get it.
It's this hatred of the winners. I mean, you get it with white males, too. Homer Simpson has to be an idiot. The guy from Married with Children has to be an idiot. Oh, white people are, Jews are all in medicine. They're dominating medicine. The implication being there's all these other people perfectly qualified to be neurosurgeons, and, this hospital said, sorry, you're not a Jewish white male. That's absurd. Business is way too greedy to refuse a qualified customer, qualified applicant. So, no, I don't waste my time shitting on Israel. And my buddy and I call it the Jews in my sandwich mentality, where if it rains on your birthday, or you get a fucking pube in your sandwich, no matter how curly it is, you go, oh, fucking Jews, here we go again.
That's what I do.
But you say it about.
Well, with you, though, Bonnie, the odds are pretty high it would be a Jew if you found a pube in your sandwich.
That's true. Johnny from Los Angeles.
Who's from Los Angeles?
It's Johnny.
I saw Women Aren't Funny on Netflix. It was great.
Thank you.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to the gentleman that's talking
Gavin.
About his views on transgender and gay. I find it hilarious when people that are straight think that they can understand what gay people are going through.
Yeah, I find it hilarious when someone at ESPN hasn't played professional sports and he's talking about sports like he knows what he's talking about. If you haven't been on a football team, you can't talk about football.
No, what I'm talking about is it's.
You're comparing. No, I see.
Let Johnny finish.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Thank you.
I got your back.
You're born. Thanks. Do you believe that you're born gay?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay,
I do.
Well, that's a start of logical thinking.
Oh, thanks. I made it to your consciousness.
You sound very intelligent. I'm not trying to put you down. What I'm saying is that this is what's wrong with the country. It's full of hate. And this is why everybody, if you want to talk about blacks, which white people shouldn't talk about blacks unless they're going to do something positive with any type of race issue. If you're talking about the Middle East, we have to be more positive and not so,
Oh, shut up.
So
the problem is we're too positive. There's not enough hate. When we have a fucking terrorist attack, we go, let's not hurt anyone's feelings. Let's censor Charlie Hebdo pictures. I don't want to hurt anyone. Let's have more love. We're doing okay for love. Let's have a little bit of intolerance.
We got a lot. There's a lot of intolerance.
You want some?
I'd love to see some.
Want some bread?
It's fucking everywhere, Gavin. Intolerance is everywhere.
Yeah, first of all, I was in the Air Force, and the terrorism has been around for a long time. It's not like it's just appeared because the news media says, oh, now it's a terrorist attack. Let me explain something. You could bomb the Middle East and go after terrorists till the end of time. It's still going to be the Middle East, and they're still going to be over there. It's a waste of time. You got to get everybody out. You got to deal with some other way of building peace.
Sold.
And trying to do it.
You got me.
Yeah, like what? How? I mean, that's
no, but I'm not totally against that. Let's give it a whirl.
There's no definite answer. There is no definite answer. But I'll tell you one thing: what George Bush and Dick Cheney did is they ruined it. They ruined it for it. They put us back here. We need Saddam Hussein back in power. If he was alive again, you had everything under control. You have to just maintain what you have.
But all of it still. Whatever, who's ever running these countries, whatever point of time you're in, they still want to extinguish Israel. I don't care from who's.
Yeah, I think we should move Israel to Montana.
So whatever, who's ever doing anything or running anything, whether Bush and Cheney did, what Obama does.
Right.
What's that?
Right. I have no answer for Israel.
Okay,
but you have this arrogant tone where you go, "Oh, good, that's step one. You're almost there."
What's interesting? You also have it.
Yeah, but I'm right.
Yeah, I do. I'm arrogant. I know. I believe it. I was in the Middle East. Okay, you guys know where.
What tour were you in?
Well, no. You know
you in the shit?
It's okay, it's like if you bomb San Bernardino for 100 years, it's still going to be San Bernardino. Same thing with the
That's
Middle
totally
East.
untrue.
Can't win a
It's gonna
war.
be gone.
Can't win
Yeah,
a war in
it wouldn't be.
Afghanistan. Can't win a war in the Middle East. Never will. You have troops over there forever. It's still going to be the Middle East.
You know, I interviewed
But you know what?
John Bolton about this, and I said, why aren't we anywhere? And he goes, well, it's just a matter of cost effectiveness. I mean, there was an invasion, and I go, why are we in Italy? What the fuck are we doing in Italy? And he goes, well, there was an invasion in Benghazi. If our troops were better positioned in, say, Sicily, it would have been a shorter sojourn to go and deal with that than it would be to fly from America. So this idea that we can be, an isolationist state and be here or intervene everywhere isn't an either or. It's a gray area of, well, maybe it makes sense to deploy some troops here so they can get there faster. And to talk about the Middle East, inbreeding is totally rampant in the Muslim community and all over the Middle East.
Where
So
are your
to
stats
say-
on that?
I'm happy to email them to you, but to say like we ruined it, Saddam Hussein had it under control is like taking someone with Down syndrome and saying we made him the singer of Kiss and he fucked up the whole tour and then became a cokehead. Yeah, but he has Down syndrome. He wasn't doing great when we got there.
That's like
I'm not sure I'm following that analogy, but I do like thinking about a Down syndrome guy in Kiss.
He started doing Bon Jovi songs, and Gene Simmons looking
Johnny,
over going,
thanks
what
for
are you
calling.
doing?
He's the only guy I met, Bon Jovi, that I was like, it was like Jesus was walking by. It
Are
was
you
like
from Jersey?
Yeah. And we did a function, me and Norton in New Jersey at the New Jersey Hall of Fame inducting. He was the main inductee, and we were inducting Abbott and Costello, me and Norton. And when Bon Jovi walked by, it was like there was like angels. There was an aura around him, like you could hear singing and humming.
Can I ask you something?
No.
I've heard you. I've never met you before, but I've heard you on a lot of shows, and I've never heard that this sort of.
Sometimes it comes out.
Lift thing
Sometimes it
going
comes
from-
out.
Now my son talks like that. He's 7, and I like
you could
it.
stop it.
I think
You
it's
know,
endearing, but could it make? Should I do it? Can you go to 57?
Yeah, that's too much.
Sometimes my SH is.
It can go half a century long,
but it's never held me back. I've done 100. I'm a celebrity.
But also,
I've done.
Him doing this while he talks also hasn't held him back. The gay thing at his neck, touching his
sometimes.
chest.
Can't you cure it? It's just the fact.
Yeah, I guess if you want to, it's all in the jaw.
We
It's
got
all in
Kent
the
from
jaw.
Kansas City.
In
He
the
wants
jaw.
to ask Gavin something.
Are you
But
sensitive
kids-
about it? Does it insult you?
It depends. Sometimes it depends. Not all the time.
Kent
Not-
from Kansas City, Gavin, wants to ask you something.
Thank you, Bonnie. Can I get a word in?
I know.
You're awesome. The rest of these cocksuckers won't let me talk. But hey,
Cocksuckers, am I right, folks?
First of all,
Rich, I do.
It's
love
ironic because Bonnie's the only one who sucks cocks here.
Well, we're not.
Guess again. Go ahead.
Let him talk.
Shut your mouth, because that's all you've done every time someone has called in and called you on any of your bullshit.
Are you talking to me or Gavin?
No, shut your mouth.
Are you talking to me?
Gavin? Is that Gavin? Am I-
No, that's
that
Rich.
was if it's New Jersey like this, it's Rich. If it's a Canadian
If
guy, there's the guy, it's me.
if somebody picking at their face or nose, it's Gavin.
For you. I'll wait for you. Can I talk now?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yes.
Kent.
A couple minutes?
Go nuts.
Gavin?
Go nuts.
Because that's your move, Gavin. You're that guy. As soon as someone calls you on your bullshit, it's shut your mouth and you talk over them. You're basically a conservative version of a fucking liberal, is what you just did to that other guy a little bit. Now shut your mouth. Shut your fucking mouth. That's your game, right? Shut your
Bonnie.
fucking mouth. Let me talk. You've got a whole fucking show where Bonnie and Rich are allowing you to spew your bullshit. Let me fucking speak. Because you're dealing with the other guy who talked about ESPN and sports broadcasters. You think, well, it's a bunch of guys who've never played sports. What allows them to be able to talk about sports? So what are you telling me? A guy who sits around and watches gay porn, but he's never fucked a guy in the ass. He can't talk about homosexuals? Is that really your fucking point?
No, that was his point. His point was, I can't talk about transsexuals because I haven't been a transsexual or I haven't lived with this mental disease.
I think
so
he
how
really just
dare
said
I?
gay.
Mental
You're not
fucking
gay.
disease. And that's the point right there. Mental fucking disease.
Wait, now you're changing the point.
No. You brought the point up earlier. You threw it at Rich about how many dinner parties you've had black friends over. How many dinner parties have you had with transgenders over your house, Gavin?
None.
Now,
I actually.
Why the fuck do you think you have the right to say to somebody?
Because I've looked up the fucking data, you retard. I've looked up their suicide rates. I've looked up how many children take hormone blockers to prevent puberty. I'm capable of looking up these stats. I don't have to hug one to know that there's a general problem here.
And you would think a guy that owns a restaurant would invite people over for dinner.
I know, come on.
You think that gives you the right to be the most intelligent man in the room?
Make a point.
You don't have an intelligent point to bring to the table.
You are the one. You've changed your point 3 times. Give me a point.
Nobody knows you. I've never heard of you. Nobody fucking knows you. But if you yell and scream loud enough and sound intelligent enough, because you've hung around some smart people and you've learned how to talk smart. And I'll bet you any goddamn thing you've got a pair of smart-looking fucking glasses on your face or in your pocket, don't you?
Do you have? Maybe they're in your pocket.
I do have reading glasses in my pocket.
Thank you. Boom. This guy fucking nailed you. He nailed you with the glasses thing.
Nailed.
Okay, I couldn't take it anymore.
Well, listen, that was a great call. And know what I liked about him? He stuck up for my speech impediment without saying anything.
Oh, wait.
I thought that was awesome.
James, we just gotta get through a couple more.
He did say one thing that was valid.
Can we go like 3 minutes longer?
A screaming version, liberal version of a conservative, which is totally valid. I mean, I grew up as a liberal. I grew up, as a politically correct fucking little teenager in college. Yeah. So I definitely do use those same tactics
in Canada, you have
that they use.
I'm
moderate.
like
that when they're young.
I'm moderate. I don't care. See, gay marriage? I don't care.
James from North Carolina.
See how I am?
You want to say something to Gavin?
I don't care.
Well, first of all, I wanted to compliment you guys on that documentary. Fucking amazing.
Thank you.
The other night, I was fucking pissing myself. Bonnie, you're hilarious.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then second point, Gavin, you're a fucking racist.
Racist?
As a Muslim, go fuck yourself saying that we're all inbred and all this bullshit. Go fuck yourself.
You have there's a serious problem in the Muslim community with inbreeding. Look it up.
Is that anecdotal evidence?
It's not anecdotal evidence. It's a major issue.
What realistic, not going to your bullshit site. What realistic scientific facts?
Look it up, you fucking idiot. How can you not know that? I'll tell you what it comes from. It comes from the Prophet Muhammad saying you can marry your first cousin. And that's something that you can do once or twice. You do it 40 generations, you see a problem there. It's also a problem in the Indian Hindu community, but they do it because they want to keep the money in the family. But if you have a problem with what I'm saying, go look it up.
And James, I just wanted to make this clear that I did not say anything about the Prophet Muhammad. Rich Voss did not say one thing about Mr. Muhammad.
I didn't even say, he did say that. He's a wonderful guy, the Prophet Muhammad. A wonderful guy.
Have you had him over for dinner?
I've never had him over for dinner. I would love to. But he did say that you can marry your first cousin, and that has led to some genetic issues.
Let's find out a little bit. James, are your parents related?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Okay, well, that is anecdotal.
What country is your background?
I'm Persian. I'm from Iran.
Okay.
A lot of Iranian Jews.
You've only been a hyper-Muslim country since 1979.
I was there when the revolution took. So I
Is that the song Gil Scott-Heron wrote about?
So shut the fuck up. I have physical. I was there, you douchebag. Unlike you, who's going to bullshit sites and just reciting bullshit.
Yeah.
Who cares if you were there? What's that got to do with the evidence?
Well, because maybe he knows more from being there.
Well, I don't get that.
You don't get that being there, and
that's the problem, Gavin. You don't get a whole lot of things.
Look, just Google Muslims inbreeding and get back to me.
Can I just say this on Gavin's defense? His mother drank when she was
That's totally true.
Are you friends with Anthony?
Yeah. I wouldn't say very close. I consider him one of my best friends. I don't think he likes me very much.
Why? Did you have a fallout with Norton or something? Or
I did have a fallout with Norton.
Did you guys mend it, or I don't know anything?
We
I don't know the
history. The phone
history.
for the longest fight I've ever had, 1.5 hours. But at the end of that, you just sort of go, "Thanks for having this discussion for an hour and a half. Whether you're right or I'm right or whatever. There's so much, the biggest problem with a lot of, at least my peers, is, well, he said this shit and I'm never speaking to him again. And you go, did you talk to him? And no one's ever talked to the guy.
Yeah.
They've just had this beef. And Norton has the balls to say, I'm going to settle this, and then after an hour and a half, if we still hate each other, then it's definitive, and it's not based on hearsay.
Okay, because I just heard that you guys had a beef, and I didn't get into it.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's what the fuck. That's between you guys. I don't give a fuck.
Well, Matt from Texas has a question for you.
We only got a minute, so wrap this.
Okay, yeah.
Rich and Bonnie, just want to say, big fans. Saw the Women Aren't Funny last night. Laughed my ass off.
Thank you.
Oh, fantastic.
But Gavin, I wanted to ask you. I watch you on Red Eye every chance I get, and what was the inspiration of your characters that you brought there on Red Eye with you?
Well, my dad, the Jimmy McInnes guy is my dad, and that's easy to do because anyone who's grown up with Scottish people is used to drunk people screaming at them at the top of their lungs. And the funny thing is, with drunk Scots, is through the screaming hysteria, you actually can hear like every 4 words, and the guy often has a really good point.
Yeah.
Even wasted. And then the other character, my fake liberal brother, I just thought it was such a great opportunity to expose liberal hypocrisy, and I thought the best example
we got to go. Listen, I hate to cut him off. And listen, this weekend I'll be at the New Hope Cinema, New Hope, Minnesota.
God.
Sorry, he just said in my ears, we got to go. And next weekend, Mohegan Sun.
Finish his sentence.
Nobody gives a fuck about his whole, my fucking Scottish dad. Nobody gives a fuck about all that crap.
And another character I came up with when I was in the shower.
I know, really.
I said,
Jesus
you know what?
Christ, enough with this one-man show. Who gives a fuck? I'm in New Hope Cinema in New Hope this weekend. That's what we give a fuck about. He came. Thank you for coming in.
It was enlightening.
It really was. You know what?
What?
Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me. And again, I don't make shit up. It's all out there. Look it up.
Okay. And if you think he's lying, then come to Mohegan Sun next week, and we'll talk about it next Saturday.
Yeah, then you have your own one-man show.
And then that's okay. Here's the difference. I don't have to talk, but we still have to look at you. Anyhow, Bonnie will be at Brokerage, not this weekend, next weekend in Long Island. Thank you for listening. Bye. LA, so long. Bye.